What's my thing? Oh yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mike the Big Gus. I'm Gus. We're back again, and I have a whole new guest for October. Andrew Pesina.
Yeah,
How's it going?
it's going, man.
Happy October, my man. As you can see, I'm always ready to fucking go.
I got my eyes on June, so I'm more
What's that? The
can't I'm more focused on that. I don't think we're gonna make the fucking playoffs, but anyway,
but you guys got LeBron's son.
don't remind me.
Let me. What's your take? I saw their interviews. Uh,
I didn't watch their shit. I am
it's corny, bro. Like first of all, let me say this.
gone.
Yes, he's an outstanding basketball player, but if you put Bronny next to LeBron, it's just like what, you can't guard that man. That's a full size man, and you're like, I mean, you're a big kid and all, and you're probably strong, but no way, bro. This guy's not going to make it in the league.
Mhm.
I don't think so.
I mean, I feel like it's just a publicity stunt,
Well,
because I think it's just something where it's like, oh, first father son. Is it the first father son duo in the end?
100%. 100.
Okay, so first time in the NBA, they're gonna like do some ratings when the games happen. Eventually, they're gonna
Blah
sell
blah blah.
tickets, sell jerseys, merch, all this shit, and that's all it's gonna be. And eventually, fucking, LeBron's gonna retire in like 1 or 2 seasons, and Bronny James gets waived, and never hear from him again.
What do
And
you mean? Okay, bro, I'll literally predict the season right now. October 1st. Gus says it here in 2024. The Lakers season is going to go like this. It's going to go horrible.
Mhm.
And LeBron, if his all-star like status isn't going to be there this year, meaning like, yeah, bro, like you're
He's
LeBron James.
washed.
Yeah, you know what, here's what I'm saying is like, yes, you're LeBron James.
Yeah,
But are you going to have the stats to get to the All-Star game? And if you don't, is that when you're going to get injured, or are you going to wait till after All-Star break and realize when it's about 30 games away from you guys, you know it ain't going to happen? Is that when you're going to take the injury? Because
yeah,
he's going to injure himself out this season,
I
100%.
know. I mean, it is what it is. I feel like the Lakers will be lucky if they win 40 games this season, but
Jeez.
yeah,
How many games are in a basketball season?
82.
82. Oh, you're saying they're going to be only a 500 team or what?
Below that, if they're lucky enough.
Yeah. I noticed you weren't representing your team today, and
My team that has home field advantage throughout the playoffs and then beat your team to clinch the NL West. Also, my hat's really dirty, so I got to get a new one.
yeah, your hat was funky when I was with
Uh,
you at the fucking when I was down there for Theo Vaughn. Your hat was kind of funky.
Bro, that
Remember when I
hat.
asked you how long you had that hat?
I only had it for like 2 years, too.
That's why I asked you. I said, "How long you had that hat?"
Bro,
Look like you played at the Sandlot with all those kids, and that was Benny the Jet's hat.
I legit wore that hat a lot during show days when I was setting up. So
Oh, it's
it's
got
it's
the wrestle funk.
yeah. And last show I had a different hat that was a little cheaper, and a little more bendy, but to keep my hair out of my eyes. That's why I usually wear it, because I never really have enough hair ties and shit. But I know it sounds stupid and all that,
Nah,
but
that sounds like a little bitch to me.
listen, dude, you don't know what it's like to have long hair getting in your fucking face when you're trying to do hard work, man. Listen, the caveman, I don't know how they fucking did it, but they made it work, and I got to figure out how they did it, because,
They didn't complain.
I mean, there's a difference between complaining and
And I'm
efficiency.
pretty sure by the time they were your age,
They were
they
probably
they, they,
dead.
they didn't have long flowy hair like that. That shit was just a knotted up dreadlock made out of clay.
I mean, they didn't live that long.
Have you not seen Encino Man?
Life expectancy was only up to like 21, 22. Okay, we're going to go base our experiences and our knowledge and expertise of cavemen on fucking a Brendan Fraser movie. Okay. The fuck out of here.
I'm just, hey, bro. I'm
Encino,
spitting.
man.
I'm just spitting facts.
We could have gone to Encino and visited Fat Sal's, but you didn't want to when you came out here.
Well, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'll admit right now, Fat Sal's is good, but it was not in the budget.
Mm.
Fat Sal's is a little expensive.
Next time you come out here, we got to save up and hit up Fat Sal's for sure.
I will be coming out there at the end of March for a
Okay.
week. For well, not to LA, but
Mm.
I could stop into LA if there's a show at the end of March. When so if you throw a show at the end of March, I'll be down.
I'll try. Hopefully, no one tries to start shit with you.
Who, dude?
I'm fucking with you, man.
I wouldn't give a fuck. Ain't nobody gonna start shit with me. Like,
Anyway,
ain't nobody gonna
anyway.
see me.
What do we
You
have
know.
on the docket today, Gus?
Um.
You talking?
Well, politics is always in the air just because of what's going on. There was a debate.
I
There was a
watched
weird.
that debate. It was boring.
It was super boring. I saw a little bit of it. They were pretty polite to each other, which I
Yeah,
like.
I hated that shit. You know,
So, I was like,
it's like, bro, come on. Like, no one was
"You have
tuning.
a good day." You know what? You too. And I'm just like, this is fucking boring, bro.
Like,
I'm not.
like I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into the politics aspect of this, but it's like it was a big loss for or leftists and liberals because like Tim Walz just came off as like totally neutered in the debate. It seems like the Harris campaign told him, "Hey, we need you to play it safe, and we need you to appeal to middle America," which is ironic because he's the legitimate definition of a middle American dad and all that shit. And they made him fucking try and be someone to try and appeal to fucking viewers of the View or some shit. It's like
And that's our political section of this podcast, people.
anyway,
Next. Um,
dude, we've seen the numbers when we talk politics. They're not good. No one fucking tunes
I
in to see us talk politics.
fuck no. So anyway, so how do you feel about Southern California wrestling as it stands now? The same.
I feel like it's regressing a lot. Sadly,
Damn.
regressing a little faster than I expected. Because, dude, I see a lot of these shows, right? And I've had a lot of time on my hands lately. Just saying. Um, and I'm watching these shows and I'm watching the talent and I'm watching the booking of the shows. And it's just like, what is going on? Because, first off, it seems like there's like four different scenes. There's the scene where people are trying, actually fucking trying. Then there's the scene where it's like everyone wants to fucking be like actors, fucking doing dinner feeder and shit, like feeder fucking kids and all that. The fourth is fucking fucking friends just fucking playing around with friends trying to cosplay as
I
wrestlers.
here
And
I
then
got.
there's
Hang
a
on, let me.
lower
I'm gonna
shit
cut.
tier.
Now I'll cut you off right now because I actually got a message from a promoter, um, who he reached out and I wanted to do an interview with him, but he's not ready for an interview yet. I'm not going to throw Robert of Rival Pro under the bus. I would never do that. The guy who runs Rival, Robert, I would never say his name or his promotion's name. Would never do that.
You just did.
Shit. Edit.
Shout out Robert. I actually
Shout
like
out Robert.
Robert.
No, no, we fuck. I fuck with Robert. I fuck with Robert really tough, and he. How do I explain this, man? I don't like. I don't. I'm not bearing this kid at all. Like when I go to say this, but he just feels that maybe there's a few mistakes that were made on his end, and it's like, oh, he doesn't want to be put like he just feels like he's trying.
Mhm.
I feel that Rival Pro is one of the ones that's really fucking trying and really doing some shit and really
Yeah.
booking good talent. And it's like, okay, man, we all make mistakes, but don't take that one mistake and let people ridicule you and like talk shit. Like
The
that's kind of,
commentary?
I think that's what it was about. The commentary, whatever. But it's like,
Yeah,
bro,
because
but it's like, but hang on. Before you dig
go ahead.
into that, it's like,
Go ahead.
I'm not saying that you're new to promoting and all this, but you're like, you already know all the backlash that's going to come from any little thing you do that's wrong, any little
Mhm.
thing but the commentary thing I just thought was kind of like, why did it go so far? And so like, was it, I don't, I personally didn't hear a lot of it. I don't know if it was bad.
It was
it,
bad.
it but I don't see, it definitely doesn't put a a stain on what goes on in that ring or anything. I don't think it puts a stain on the promotion.
Mm, sorry to cut you off, dude.
Cut me off.
It's like the thing about that whole issue is this, you know, shout out Robert. He's really cool every time I've met him. Shout out to Adam as well, his partner as well. He's really fucking cool. Um, it's like those guys, like they're trying their hardest, you know.
Mhm.
But the thing you got to realize is perception is everything in the
Right.
business. And yeah, you're going to get your live audience, but again, this is not a knock on them, but they're not drawing like, you know, enough people to where the live audience's views on the shows are the exact narrative and the public perception of it. Um, that's basically going to end up being what happens when people watch it. Excuse me, I'm going to burp. What's going to happen when it ends up, you know, when any show for that matter, regardless of the promotion, it's going to happen whenever it goes on video, whenever it goes on TV, whatever, you know,
Right.
goes on stream. So if the product you're presenting on video is not of a good quality, and if it doesn't, you know, like if it doesn't give people a good viewing experience, then it's going to matter like a lot more. People are going to assume that you don't take this as serious as you should be taking it seriously. Now, when it comes to the commentary on that show, you know, the whole like I remember that night actually a little bit. It all started because Haas, Big Dick Haas, shout out Haas,
Shout out
secret, who no
Haas.
bullshit. Um, he made a post about like saying, "Hey, keep fans off commentary and all that," right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
it
how
blew
that's
up.
how it got to my attention.
And then more people started talking about it, and more people like you know were aware of it. I even talked to Adam during the show. You
Hmm.
know, I messaged him, was like, "Bro, it's commentary. You got to talk to these guys because they got to dial it down a notch. I don't want to put them on blast because I've met them before and they've come to my shows as paying customers, and I don't want shit on them, you know, as people. But the commentary was not very good. You know, it overshadowed the product. When you have some people screaming into a microphone, I'm not saying they were screaming all the time, but when they're being loud and they're on a microphone, like I am now, like I'm probably louder on video than I sound in person. Like I'm talking really low right now, but I know on video it's going to sound a little louder. I'm sure on your
Right.
end, Gus, you can hear me perfectly fine, you know, and I'm speaking at a low tone, and it's going to come across on video. And when you have like one commentator constantly insulting the referee and they're both overreacting to everything and making random jokes and trying to pop themselves and all that,
Oh yeah. Okay.
that's becomes a problem. That
I
becomes a
get it.
problem. So I know the rival pro side at least from Adam. I've talked to him about it. I'm not going to say much else in public about it, but it's also like it boils down to this, you know, when you're putting on a show, like if you want to be perceived as a good serious promotion, you need to have good commentary. And
Right.
it's not necessarily whether or not people are fans who are doing commentary or they've been in the business or wrestlers or if they're wrestlers, excuse me.
Right. Right.
Because I've heard a lot of dog shit commentary from people in the business. I've heard dog shit commentary from people who are burying that commentary, right? And it's like, yeah, you're in the business, but you're not much better yourself. So to me, it's like it's not just rival pro, but I think commentary across the board in SoCal sucks. Like in San Diego, there's this guy named who goes by Barry Sweeney. I don't know if he's related to Larry Sweeney or if he had any connection to him. If he doesn't, I think it's shitty that he's using to play on his name. You know, like, dude, fucking really. Anyway, but I've heard his commentary and like all the workers out here who are like in one certain group of people in the SoCal scene are basically like all working the same shows. Their friends are working, but on a different level from another group where it's all the same friends working each other. I don't want to get into that right now, but anyway, this dude's on a lot of shows doing commentary, and a lot of the wrestlers have praised him. At least local wrestlers who work the same shows that he's always on. But it's also like, well, they're only putting him over because he's their friend. You know, he's not very good. He screams a lot, and he's kind of got an annoying voice. And I know I'm going to get a lot of heat for saying this. Fuck it, I don't care. He's terrible. And if people in the business hate me for saying that, fuck it. you know. But I'd rather fucking be honest about that dude's commentary than fucking just be somebody who wants to go along with the circle jerk and will just blindly praise somebody just because, you know, people want to make friends in wrestling, which I think is sad. Like, if are you here to like be a professional wrestler, or are you here for fucking to have playtime with
Yeah.
friends?
See, okay, so I guess I guess some of these questions would be for Robert, not you
Yeah.
specifically, but it's just like how did he come to grips with putting those guys on commentary? If like you know what I mean,
Mm,
like me, like my debut show, I was gonna have Walker Stewart. Shout out Walker Stewart, he's New Japan's commentator, out here from Oklahoma. I was gonna have him commentate my show, this debut show, but I just felt like the production just wasn't there. My just it just there was a lot of things that just weren't there for me to put him in that position, and I just was like, hang on. But in 2025, I'm definitely gonna have Walker doing like a lot of my commentary and stuff like that. But it's like, how do you come to grips with somebody speaking for your product? You know what I mean? Like how did he pick those guys? Like that's I guess that's my biggest questions. How did
mhm,
those guys get picked, and how did it get that far? You know what I mean? Because you obviously were texting somebody like, "Hey man, they need to tone it down." Obviously,
mm.
not shitting on you, Robert, but it's like maybe you weren't paying attention. Things like that happen and stuff. Um, I've had incidents in FCW and even that FCW ORC show. Like there's just certain things that I didn't want and didn't like, and it slipped right through my hands. And I'm like, man, like our production doesn't look good because of certain things. Certain songs were played, or the commentator said something, or the announcers that weren't like wasn't me announced the wrong thing. But anyway, I guess like my question for Robert was like, how did it happen? How did you end up with those guys? I'm definitely not shitting on Rival Pro. It was just an incident that got popped up. It's something to talk about. Like that's all that really was. But
And it's a
um,
shame too because I watched that show,
it
and
was good.
for the most part, it was good.
Yeah.
But the commentary really took away from it. And
Yeah, and
you
that
know,
sucks.
if I could say one thing to Robert, I mean, I know he's been promoting longer than me and all that, but like for someone who's been around professional wrestling since I was 16, I can just say, hey man, learn from your mistakes and move on.
Yeah,
Like
that's all it
don't
is.
dwell on it. Like
Don't, don't.
you guys can talk more about it, but I that's basically my opinion. But personally, it's like you as a promoter, and I'm not saying this to him specifically, I'm saying this to like people in general or in professional wrestling, you need to get your shit right when it comes to when it comes to like promoting, and you need to be on top of it. You need to know who you're hiring and what kind of job they can do and what they can't do.
All right.
Because it's like I've had people hit me up trying to get spots in Epic Pro, and I know what their body of works are. Like
Guys, hire Andrew. He ain't doing shit. He'll commentate your fucking show. He'll make you sound good. He'll make you look good for
for the
what it
right
is.
people, I'll do it for free too. For the right people,
And there you go. So there's
but
a handful of
there's only
promotions out there who can literally go and look at Andrew and like, hey man, you'll help us.
fuck
Everybody can.
hire me to do a lot of shit for you guys because a lot of you need a lot of help with a lot of things. Like so many promotions are lacking when it comes to producing videos, producing promos, producing content for social media, and all that. It's like
Andrew's gonna put a package together. And he's gonna give it to everybody out there. If you guys don't take advantage of
$500 starting price. I'm not cheap.
it,
I live in LA. I gotta make some money. Come on.
I live in LA. I gotta make some fucking money.
Listen. You know how expensive it would be for me to buy a fish tank, an aquarium for my home. Okay,
You gonna get the
that's
shark? You gonna get the baby shark, bro?
I might just get rainbow fish, not the ones that fight, but just regular ass fucking
Rainbow fish don't fight. Those are
the angel
bait,
fish,
yeah,
right?
the beta fish or whatever.
I don't know, but I just want to get colorful fish.
Those are, hey, I remember back in the day, bro. You go to Kmart and you're like, there was an aisle that had like fish food or like pet food and shit, and then the aisle over it had like all these like water cups full of like beta fish and shit.
Yeah, those
I
were
guess
insane.
like
I,
kids
I
really go buy fish.
I remember fucking it's still open, but there's like this like fish store, but not like fish food, but like selling like fish as
Like
pets
a
and all
fish
that.
market.
like a fish pet store and all that.
Oh
And I
yeah,
would,
okay, okay, okay.
like I would always go there because my family had like a small aquarium and we had goldfish growing up and all that. And I would go there and I'd see all these different fish and I was like, oh man. And now as an adult, it's like who smokes a lot of weed and gets high a lot and all that shit. I just would love to have a fish tank because I love watching videos of fish swimming around on like YouTube and all that, but you know, we went from talking about shitty wrestling commentary to fish. It's
Hey,
like
real quick, real
20
quick,
minutes into the show. Holy
real
shit.
quick, real quick. Well, like okay, so back to you real quick, Robert. No disrespect to you. Shout out to you. You're definitely doing your thing. Mistakes were made. I wanted to talk to you. I still want to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, I think you have a great story as far as like who you are. You know what I mean? Like, there's way more to you than wrestling, and trust me, I know there's like hip hop behind it. I know you were doing your food thing for a minute. So, Robert, Rival Pro, I'm inviting you onto the show. We'll even have Andrew do some co-hosting with us that day. But um, Robert, don't worry about that bullshit, man. Like some shit happens, it doesn't take away from what you did in the ring. It may do a little blemish on your product for just that show. But man, all kinds of shit happen. I mean, I- I'll tell you right now, Andrew has had blemishes on his show. You know what I mean? He's got these great cards, but he doesn't have thousands of people that are should be in the crowd.
That's
You know,
true.
he's only working with couple hundred people right now. It's like that's a blem right now on his product, but it's not a bad one. It's just like he's building it. There's things he's got to focus on and work on. Like, how do I get those thousands of people in there? And he'll get it that one day. He'll fucking do it. So don't worry about that shit. Shout out Rival Pro. I don't know. When's their next show? Do they have a show coming up?
November 30th.
Oh, they do? Word.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, hey, man, call Andrew, dude. He'll commentate that shit for
Yeah,
you.
hey, I've talked to again. I don't want to say much in public. I've already talked to Adam about it.
Mhm.
He's got my number. Robert, if you're watching, talk to Adam. Tell him to
Hey,
hit me up
man,
and let's work something out, bro.
work something out with it, man. You guys can like make some wrestling shit
Me,
happen out there.
me and Jordan Castle, the SoCal Dream Team, make that happen.
I said the SoCal Dream Team.
None of these other bum ass commentators trying to
What
be
else is
fucking.
going on? What else is going on in SoCal? Any
Bro, it's like it feels like there's always a new promotion opening up, and
who
it's
do you
always
feel
got like the same fucking people on
who's new
it.
now?
Okay, so I guess there was some promotion that was supposed to be running at this like place in Long Beach, right? But then they canceled their show. But then I guess like, but I guess someone else took over the show, and now they're basically rearranging. What are you doing? hey, hey, hey.
I read yours too. Outstanding gentleman. Yeah, I love it.
Anyway, um, I forgot what I was saying. But oh yeah, there's just a lot of promotions that have the same fucking guys on it. It's like, how many fucking shows do we need with fucking Guy Cool and Mikey O'Shea and fucking Legend Daryl all on him and shit? It's like it's all the same people having all the same shitty matches. How many fucking times do we need to see Biggie Biggs in the ring?
Leave Biggie alone. Stop.
No,
Yes. God
no,
damn it. Shut up.
you
Shut up,
shut
Biggs.
up.
Shut up, Biggs.
Anyway,
I feel like there's a kid trying to break into my. You better go 9-9. I hear her feet.
ooh, someone's in trouble.
I think it's
Someone's
either
in
her.
trouble.
It's either her or one of the dogs poking at the door.
Probably a dog.
Probably the dog. Um,
Yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of promotions running the same matches with the same fucking people, the same fucking group of friends. They all suck. They're all like mud show level shows. It's not like the friends who are trained and get bookings and good promotions every once in a while, but they're still working shows with their friends. I'm talking about the dog shit workers who
God damn.
fucking like again the legendaries of SoCal who they're all getting all these fucking matches and they're all fucking not
Hey,
getting better. But then
Legend Daryl,
dudes,
Andrew's your biggest fan, bro. Straight up. He makes
bro,
me do every fucking show.
there's a group chat with people from all parts aspects of SoCal wrestling dedicated to talking about Legendary, man. He's got a following, but he's like our Tommy Wiseau.
Bro, we're like, invite me.
I can't. It's super, super top secret, bro.
Fuck out of here.
Listen, I'm not gonna say there's big
I'm
names
just
in
fucking.
this chat.
I'm just fucking with you, man. Don't. Hey, man.
There's only there's only 3 people in it, so don't worry. Don't worry. You're good, Gus. It's not a big chat. It's just 3 people
God
who
damn it.
just make fun of the worst of SoCal. I saw Mr. California has a show being advertised with a death match with Johnny Cashmere. I don't know if you remember that name.
Who's Johnny
He
Cashmere?
was one half of the Backseat Boys in CZW. If anybody knows his body of work,
Wait, is he? He's ain't from L.A. Is he?
no, he's from Philadelphia.
He ain't coming. Bro, who's flying him out here?
Dude, listen, I was gonna say anyone who knows Johnny Cashmere's body of work probably knows that the likelihood of him being in a death match with Mr. California is not likely. On top of that, we all know Marvin's track record with fly-ins and shit.
Bro, he's
Like
never like they never happen. Or he books them. Wait,
only 10% of the fly-ins he brings in actually show up.
wait. What's the guy's name? Johnny Cashmere.
Yeah,
Johnny Cashmere.
Kashmere.
All right, here, right.
Hmm.
1/3 of the back. Okay. Co-owner.
Well, there's a new Backseat Boys, so
Yeah, but I'm just seeing if he's actually promoting. He's not even promoting that show.
what a surprise! Just like when Marvin advertised Zandig, and that ended up being all bullshit. Did I ever tell you about the story of the first ever XWW show?
No, God.
I went to
You have
that.
history? Oh God, you went to one of those?
So okay, this was 2004. I was 16 years old at the time, and my buddy Devin, who, if you're a PWG fan or a longtime SoCal fan, you probably know who he is. If you don't really know who he is or don't know the name, he's the guy who would film PWG shows from the floor cam. He was the floor cam operator at PWG shows, the long haired dude. That's Devin. One day, like the day of the show or the morning of the show, he messaged me. He's like, "You want to go to Marvin's show?" And I was like, "Fuck it," had nothing to do. It was just a summer day. I was 16 and I was bored, and then so it's just me, Devin, and our buddy Sean Witta, who went to the show, and we left my place, Glendale, in Glendale around like 1:30, right? The show was scheduled to start at 2, and it was in Anaheim, so it's gonna be like an hour plus drive and shit. We get there around 2:30. The show hadn't even started yet. We saw one of our friends, Stan, who was a regular fan of the shows, and we go up to him. He's like, "Dude, so I got here, and the wrestlers were all sitting on the bleachers, and one of them came up to people saying if they could help book the show."
What the fuck?
I swear to God, on the show that was the people being at the main event that was advertised was supposed to be a Pasadena street fight. I think. No, it wasn't a Pasadena street fight. It was a death match. It was supposed to be Mr. California and Corporal Robinson versus Supreme and Chaos, and Dynamite D was also like being advertised for the show. Lo and behold, Chaos, Supreme, and Dynamite D were not on the show. It ended up being like a collection of random people from WPW. One person on the show, I think in the opener, was this kid named Marcus Riot, who would go on to become known as Vegan Superman Jarrell. Yeah. And, I will say this. At the time, I thought he had potential. He had a nice moonsault, but that was pretty much it. So there was like a couple matches on the show, and then like the third or fourth match was this 6-man lucha match, right? It was the worst fucking lucha match I had ever seen in my life. Like dudes in the ring just hitting each other, and then the other guys are like no selling. It's like chinga tu puta madre. And they're just like throwing overhand chops and shit, just chopping each other, making noise and not selling, and they're just walking around like
Sounds about right.
So they're just going around, just fucking hitting each other with the shittiest chops. One of them brought in a giant wooden board, set it up in the corner, and then fucking someone got pressed through it, and like I guess that was the end of the match. It was a total clusterfuck. The biggest Lucha Tag Team clusterfuck match I had ever seen in my life, and I wish it had been on video. The
It's not
co-main event of that show. It was
co-main event.
Scorpio Sky and Quicksilver versus Chris Bosch and Lil Cholo. Chris Bosch ended up wearing Scorpio Sky's gear, but without his mask. Scorpio Sky had a mask at the time. And then Scorpio Sky and Quicksilver were wearing Chris Bosch's gear with their masks on. And Human Tornado was a guest referee in that match. I think he was like a rookie at the time.
Craig, what were you doing?
And oh yeah, Craig was on the show too. He was on that show as El Negro.
Of course he was.
So he was on the show, and then like he was doing like referee comedy ref spots with another guy who was working as Ronin at the time, and it was a funny match. He just did WWF spots and just kept goofing off and all that. It was funny. And then the main event, Corporal Robinson versus Mr. California, and the entire time Corp was beating the shit out of Marvin, right? So the match happens. Corp goes over, duh. And then he cuts a promo, just totally burying Marvin and shit. After the show, Marvin supposedly hid it and cried from people and shit because I guess only 40 people showed up and he didn't have enough money to pay all the talent and shit. And the only person who got paid was Corp. And I remember Scorpio Sky telling me, like, it became a running gag over the next year. It's like, hey, Marvin pay you for that show yet? He's like, nope. So that was my experience at the first ever XWW show. And that same night, there was like a UPW show in Anaheim down the street at the Grove. I forgot who was on it, but I thought I remember there was someone like notable on it, but we didn't go. We just ended up going to the Carl's Jr. across the street from Anaheim Stadium, getting food, and then heading back to Burbank. And then we just went to Fry's that night and hung out. And yeah.
We went to Fry. Hey, man, I used to love going. What was it called before? Incredible Universe?
I just only knew it as Fry's.
It was Incredible Universe. It was Incredible Universe before that.
Yeah, I always drive by the one near the Burbank Airport, and I always see the remnants of it. It's basically
the remnants of it.
Yeah, because it still has like the main facade with a bit of the little bit of the spaceship on it too. So it's there's still some presence there. It's like right across the train tracks from the MSG Sphere.
Yeah.
So they have a prototype for that thing in Burbank across the street from the airport as well, and it's right on the other side of the train track to where the Fry's used to be. Yeah.
We got any matches we can watch?
Let's check the docket.
So let's check the docket. Oh God, come on!
Did the group chat?
Shout out to our guy in Florida. We have a producer in Florida.
Oh no, he moved to New Brunswick, New Jersey, I think.
Oh, what was his name again? Shout out him,
Jeremy. He spoke in class today. I don't know if you heard.
Bro, I just laughed into the hole and it blew out the air hole into my eye right now. Oh shit! It was like a little air stock hole. Fucking. All right, so our producer in New Hampshire, Guinea. Where the fuck's he at?
Hold on, let me check.
Are you really watching this?
Let's just skip.
What is this? I'm not in charge. Our producer's in charge.
That is Bovey.
Who's the ref? Who's this? Is that Legend? Oh God.
Here we go.
Cyrax wins.
The LED lights on his jacket. I guess he made an upgrade in one aspect of his game.
Wait, is he player 3? Does he team up with like Juan and Hops?
No, that would be player 4. They had a player 3 already. Remember?
No, I thought
It was Hops, Juan, and then KC.
Oh shit, that's right. Anyway,
I mean,
why
or
is there?
maybe,
Wait. Why is there a ladder being put into the ring?
oh, is this the infamous ladder match? Oh, the group chat came through. Shout out to the group chat, even though there's only three more of you besides me. Yeah, we were talking about this. We've been wanting to see this. There was a legendary ladder match. Holy shit. That ladder does not look. Gus, you're an expert on ladders. You tell me. What do you think?
That does not look sturdy.
Not only does it not look sturdy,
Shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Our producer's going nuts.
fuck,
There we go.
all that's what happens when you hire someone from
New Brunswick.
um Des Moines, Iowa.
Good
Excuse me.
boy.
Anyway,
Shout out Des Moines.
anyways,
Wait,
yeah, that ladder does not look. Dude, it also looks rusty as hell, dude.
wait. Why is he climbing up the ladder?
Was this a King of the Mountain match?
Wait, is he putting his own title? Damn, how like that? Uh,
Traditionally,
this shit had already been hung up.
I mean, I'm not a traditional type person when it comes to this stuff, but like, kids these days, man. I just hope they put the ladder outside the ring. That's all I hope for.
They have a nice little crowd. Where's this at?
I think it was at like a
Nice size
flea
skirts,
market.
guys. Yeah, it looks like it. Nice ring skirts, guys. Way to expose. Oh wait, I wonder where that ladder's at.
It should be in the entryway, but I don't want to nitpick too much.
That's way too much nitpick. Shut up,
I
Andrew. Shut
know,
the
I
fuck
know,
up.
I know. I'll
That's way
stop.
too much. Shut the fuck up. Who's that?
Who?
Wait, that's Oh shit.
What?
This. What is he wearing? Does he have jean shorts over tight? What the fuck am I looking at? Who's the other guy?
The guy in the blue?
Yeah.
That's Bovey. I've met him once. He's a nice guy. Don't know much about his work, so we'll see here. Okay. That was like one of those things where it's like the guys were like, okay, I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna go right to the next one, and I'm just gonna blah blah blah. They don't even like. It didn't even look like they were trying to make it look like a struggle. It just felt like they were going through the motions.
Oh, grab that ladder. Like that ladder
Just
last.
instantly.
That ladder lasted. Oh god.
Like he fell so slow with the ladder on top of him because it looked like he just didn't want to like take a risk of getting hurt, which of course it's wrestling, you don't want to get hurt, but like it just looks so bad.
The mat. The ring's coming off the mat.
You mean the canvas?
No, the ring's
Oh,
coming off the rubber mat right there. It's holding up the
oh my
post.
god. Oh, I see it. Oh
Yeah.
shit. I thought you were talking about the canvas not being far enough to like.
Guys, don't use ladders that have the fucking paint rack on it. Oh
Is
my
that even a double-sided ladder?
no. That's what I'm saying. That's a painter's ladder.
Oh man.
It's a painter's ladder. I
Did
used to paint.
did Daryl just hit him and he got no sold? Producer, can you go back a few seconds and handle that? Show that again. There. All right, I guess we're going right there. Thanks, producer.
Shout out, producer.
Yeah.
What? Oh god.
Dueling chance for this match.
My mentors hate me, dude. There's people out here who just hate me because I make these podcasts. They're like, stop
In
doing it.
Oklahoma, you have mentors in Oklahoma.
I have mentors in life, you fuck stick.
Oh, okay.
Not just in wrestling.
Hey, listen, it could be worse. You know, you
My
could have.
my higher ups in life are just like, you're a fucking why? Why do you do these? You're so negative, Gus. Like,
Hey, at least you didn't air out drama with your blood relatives like I did.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not yet. Anyway, I'm coming after you, Mom. S- All right, bro. Can we tell this producer like I'm like okay, Legendaro, we get it. You like you need help.
let's skip along.
Oh, what was that?
Hold on, what was that? I'm gonna have to give this a rewatch later tonight. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's all you.
Yeah, they're still down. Anyway, fuck this. Producer, cut that off.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. And this is a regular occurrence in SoCal. Just matches like that over and over again. Oh man.
Stop showing me Legendaro matches. I'm done watching those matches. Look, man, I'm not like Legendaro. I'm gonna just tell you straight. For me to you, for me to you, for me to you. I'm not the one who picks these videos. Andrew likes to pick these videos.
I
Well,
find
yeah.
them from the group chat.
Look, we have people who send us shit all the time, and it's just like you are.
I picked the videos that that you're gonna see next.
Okay, great. That's awesome.
Speaking of drifting,
Oh, damn. Damn. Wait, all right. Who's am I here? Keep it going. Keep it going. Oh! Don't do that again. You just blew out my ears. Don't do that. You just blew all into
what, me?
Yes.
Did I laugh that loud?
Yeah, you blew all that laugh into the mic.
Oh shit, my bad.
No, you're good. But yeah, these kids are like we were talking about this last time, man. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, I kept it going all right.
Oh, what an idiot, dude. Like I said the last time, man, these kids out there just like cheerleading the way. And then there was a video I think I sent you earlier of a kid
Yeah, the kid getting
who
his
he got caught underneath the car and the fucking exhaust is shooting out flames. So when the car turned, it ran over the kid, knocked off one of the exhaust pipes onto his back while it was shooting out flame, burned his clothes off his back, and then shot him out from underneath the car.
size nuggets and everything.
Did we?
I mean, his ass is on there for sure.
What do we got here? Trains? Why is he parked on there? Hey, bro, you can't park there.
You can't park there, dog.
Can't park there.
Thanks, asshole.
Where with that, Lexus?
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
Like, how do you get in a situation like that?
Oh, I felt that. He's just laying there. I would too. I would too. My shift is officially over.
Hello?
Bro, that dude's.
Wait.
Hello?
The ring cam?
Hold on, let me rewind it. I mean, producer, rewind it.
Oh, didn't even bump. Watch the ring cam turn on. Wait, stop playing it. You hear the dog?
Yeah.
Watch the ring cam turn on from the left. You can see the illumination. Watch. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
I don't mean to laugh at this.
Okay?
Are you okay?
I don't mean to laugh at that dude getting brain damage, but holy shit, that was crazy, man.
Oh, you got like 4 of those guys.
Producer, can you replay that once?
Morons, bro. Just morons.
Oh, look
They
at that
take
one
any
dude,
they take anything out there.
dude. Look at that one dude just laying right there, like next to that car. Like, holy shit, he got wiped the fuck out.
Who the fuck wears an Aaron Rodgers jersey after that?
What's his record right now? Where are the Jets at? Have they won a
No
game yet?
idea.
Oh,
Oh, he gets up and
bro, no sold that.
hella
He
no
no
soul.
sold that, man. Like,
Jesus.
listen, I know it's stupid, and like all these people like really got to fucking make better choices in life and all that, but
We're gonna get your license plate, bro.
Oh, these are my
Bro,
favorite.
you literally walked up to him.
Swing on me, I'll fucking knock each and every you guys one out.
You wouldn't do
Swing on
shit.
me. I'll let you get the first hit. I'll let you get the first hit. I'll let you get the first hit. Don't put that hand punk ass fucking bitches. Do something. Take a swing.
He ain't gonna do anything.
Take a swing. Hey.
Bro, he uppercutted his fucking bro.
you got
He
baby
ain't gonna
deer
do
legs,
anything.
man.
Take a swing. Hey.
Take the swing.
Hey, you bumped into him. Hey, you knee him, you need
He
him in
ain't
his
gonna do
rib.
anything.
Take a swing. Hey.
Yeah, he's like he just sort of kicked his leg into his face a little bit. So
You got knocked out, bitch. You like that? You just got knocked out and you're acting all big. You like that?
I mean, he.
All right, hang on. Now we have something to talk about a little bit on this one.
Okay.
Those guys, okay, I've seen a lot of those auditing videos. Look, first and foremost,
Yeah.
you guys are fucking dorks. You guys are fucking nerds. You guys know what you're doing. You're going out there, you're antagonizing, okay? You can sit there and say that you're recording the city and that you're doing all this stuff. Okay, if you're compiling all this stuff and all this information, where is it? Okay, I'm not going to be the Karen. I'll never be that guy that walks out there and is like, I'm going to call the cops on you because I know exactly what these guys do.
Yeah.
They start filming your fucking your business and stuff, and then they wait for somebody to get all riled up, and then they're like, we're going to educate you, and then we're going to call them, and the cops come out, and then they start shitting on the cops, and it's like, bro, like, what is the point of you little nerds who go out there and like, and then you guys all dress up in tactical shit, and then there's one dude with the, hey, I don't know what your name is, but I'm gonna clip this here, clip to these auditors, the little chunky fat dude with the beard who
48
always
minutes in.
um he's always the one that like always like talking shit. It's like somebody will come out like, hey, so what are you doing out here? What was it? Well, mind your own fucking business. What does it matter? I'm on a public street. It's like that's how it gets started. You know what I mean? Like people are trying to just see what's going on and shit. And really, dude, you guys are just being fucking weird. That auditing shit, those videos are weird. Like it's just I've watched a bunch of them because one, I thought they were leading into something else, and then I found out it's just like, oh, it's just a bunch of fucking hall monitors who want to go out there and tell everyone the rules. It's like well, you guys are dorks. Dorks. You guys are fucking dorks. Hanging out at
Fucking nerds.
hanging out at the post office, and you guys are sitting there with all your cameras and your like face mask, and then you don't say anything. You're just like putting a cat. It's like, bro, that's just dork shit. You're a
Agree.
fucking dork.
Agree.
So, it's funny that someone got hit. I like when people get hit because
But he wasn't an auditor though. The guy who got hit.
the guy, yeah, but it's also don't act tough and big and shit and try to press on somebody and then you get popped. That's great. I love seeing that.
I
I don't
will
care.
say,
I don't care if that was the auditor or nothing, but I know that that was one of those auditing videos.
yeah, I will say the one good auditor I saw was the one who defended Henry Winkler at the post office.
Oh, I remember that when he was just trying to, bro. And see, I watched that, and that's the one where he tried to walk out the door. He's like, "Bro, I'm just trying to fucking leave,"
Yeah,
and
no, it
they
wasn't the
stand in the way.
auditors. It wasn't the auditors. It was some other guy who was yelling at the auditors who ended up getting in the way of Henry Winkler.
It's just like I don't know, man. Those like there's such dorky ass dudes doing that shit, dude. You know, Andrew, next time we get together, let's go do that. Let's go stand in front of businesses, and as
No,
soon as and it's no
I'm
no no.
good. I'm
He's all
good.
good.
Never
He's all
mind.
good.
I don't want to listen. Like I'll say this: it's probably a cheap and easy way to get rich in really quick matter. Filming someone and then business owner comes out and attacks you, and then you sue them and all that. But I don't
Yeah.
want to do that. It's like,
No, you guys are dorks. You
yeah,
auditors, you guys are dorks. Like your guys' video, you know what you're doing. You're antagonizing people. And you know what? A lot of people don't dig into all those little small laws like you do. You know what I mean? And that's common knowledge that people don't dig into all the laws. But to sit there and exercise all these weird ass rights to sit there in front of a fucking business with a bunch of ski masks on and three big dudes with cameras, like that's weird. You guys are fucking weird. You guys aren't doing anything. You guys aren't saying anything. You guys are just being fucking weird. You guys are dorks. Next.
I like it when they people audit the auditors, start filming them, and then they get mad. It's pretty
Wait,
funny.
is there a video of that?
I've
There's
seen some of those.
oh, bro, that's what I want to do instead. Can we do that one instead? Can me and you go be the auditors of the auditors?
Yes, we'll
All right,
do that.
perfect,
We'll
perfect,
do that. We'll
perfect,
go.
perfect,
I know.
perfect,
I know several places in the area where there's a bunch of
perfect.
auditors hanging out.
You know what else I've been waiting for? I've been waiting for one of these little prank kids to fuck with me in a Walmart so I could just. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. If I get pranked in a Walmart to where somebody like dumps something on me, throws something at me, puts a trash can on my head, fucking violates any of my space around me, my daughter, my wife, or anything like that,
You're gonna kiss them.
I'm gonna kiss them as soon as I beat the fuck out of them. I'm gonna tell you right now. My wife is already in on it. She's like, I will record the whole thing. I'm gonna shout out a fucking GoFundMe. I'm gonna shout out to all the fucking dudes that everyone who fucking watches prank videos and wish they can punch him in the fucking face. This one's for you. Bam. Now, is that
The
your dog?
one. What?
Was your dog whining right now?
No, that's probably your dog.
No, my dogs are
Anyway,
anyway. But
probably a noise my chair made.
uh but those prank videos too, man.
Did you see the one where that dude got shot?
Yes, and that's like that's he's fucking around and like
Dude, I
one of
was
the
sorry to cut you off, but I was
go
in
ahead.
Target one day, and it was the day before a show,
Mhm.
and I was getting stuff, and I remember like I saw these kids at one part, like not kids, they're like 16, 17, maybe 18-ish, so they're older, they know better.
He said they know
They
better.
should know better. I saw them from across the fucking Target, right? Like, and I could see they were goofing off and they were up to some shit. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna keep ignoring it. And then all of a sudden, like a few minutes later, I'm in like the candy aisle looking for some shit because I was gonna buy some candy to go sell at the show the next day. And Target, they had good deals on candy boxes, so I went to go check it out. So I'm looking at the candy boxes and what they had there, and I noticed one of those kids was now in one of those like electric scooter wheelchairs and shit. And he was just kept trying to back up to me and back into me. And I saw one of his friends was like sneaking around like with their phone like this, right? Trying to make it seem like they're not like filming me and shit.
Yeah.
And at this point I was like, I kept noticing it, so I kept like sidestepping away. I was like, all right, I looked at all the stickers. Let me go look at the Reese's Pieces and M&Ms and see what they got, what deals they got, and all that. And the kid kept following me and shit.
I would just hit him in the fucking head.
I was just like, okay, I know what's going on. So I ended up like just quickly turning. I ended up walking down the aisle, turned, and then went on the opposite end of the aisle because I knew he was going to end up following me, right? And then, sure enough, zzz, and then the kid, his friends, like walking by, and I could see another group of kids, and I could tell, okay, this is going to be a setup. They're trying to come after me, and the kids like backing into me and trying to back into me. He's like, and then I just like walked away a little bit. It's like, hey man, I know what you're trying to do. You're not going to get content from me. Just move along. And I could see a look of defeat in his face because I knew he was trying to get me. But it's also like, I know, like, I completely fucked up their plan because I knew they wanted me to react a certain way, right? Whether it be positively or negatively. They wanted a reaction for content. best thing
That's
to do in those
that's Florida.
situations. Never give anyone any reaction for their content. Just move along.
Oh,
Say, hey, I'm not
I'm
gonna.
punching you in the fucking mouth.
You're gonna end up fucking giving them content. So, but
Yeah, you
I also
fucking
had another incident at that Target recently. Like, I was in line picking up an online order because, like, you know how at Targets they usually have the
told me this story.
off the podcast. Yeah, I told you in the messenger, not on the podcast. It happened. So, I'm in
It's one of the stories that I told you not to tell.
no.
Oh shit.
So like this, like I went to go pick up an online order, but the online order pickup area was closed, so you had to go to guest services. So I'm going to guest services, and there was this dude returning all sorts of shit. Right, like I don't know what was going on. I guess he needed to balance out some shit on his card or whatever, so he was making a bunch of returns, and there was only one person helping. Right, so I'm standing there for like 5 minutes waiting to be helped. And at one point, this dude just starts getting on his phone. He's walking backwards, and like he's walking backwards into me. And at one point, I just had to get my arm up, like, bro, chill, And at one point, he walks right back at him. He's like, "What's your problem, man? What's your problem?" Like, dude, I've stepped back a few inches, man. I tried to give you some space, but you kept walking back into me. And he's like, "Come on, man, I'm having a hard time. All right, what's your problem? You want to do something?" It's like, there's kids here, bro. Chill out. Like, I'm not starting anything. I'm just asking you, like, can you not walk backwards into me? And then like another worker came and they got to another register and they just said, "Okay, I'm open. Can help you now to
Andrew,
de-escalate the situation." What?
remember have you ever seen Training Day?
Yeah.
Remember in the beginning when he was reading his paper, then he wouldn't let him read his paper, and then he's like, "You tell me a story."
uh, is that I'm Ethan Hawke and you're Denzel?
You're Ethan Hawking right now, bro. This is the most interesting story you have to tell
I'm not
me.
saying it was interesting. I'm just saying it happened at the same Target.
Look, man, any of these
What's
prankster
on the
fucking
docket?
kids,
What's on the docket?
I don't know. Hang on. Hey, who's that one kid who hangs out with Jeffrey Epstein's sons? The Island Boys. I know those are Jeffrey Epstein's kids, right?
Those are Jeffrey Epstein's kids?
Yeah, I'll show you some shit later on.
Fuck.
That Jack
Jack
Daugherty,
Doty?
bro.
Yeah, I
You're a
know about him.
fucking nerd too, bro. Like,
Didn't
does he have a wait? Does he have a dad? Does he have a mom? Where
I
does he
don't
come
know.
from?
I don't know.
What a nerd.
I had a mix up for a second with that Aiden Ross guy who
They're all
had
dorks. They're all
yeah,
fucking dorks,
who
bro. There
had
was
beef
one
with
video.
Kendrick.
He had this one video where he walking through LA and he's like shoulder bumping people. And it's like, bro, you're a little ass dude. And then as soon as someone steps up to you, your big ass security steps in the way.
Yeah.
It's like, man, oh,
He's like Neon. You
you're a
know
dork too, Neon.
Neon? Dude, that
Oh,
shit was the Nate Diaz thing was so
Nate Diaz,
fucking hilarious, man.
right?
Because like
Chased him out.
it's like
They're all
but
dorks, bro.
part of me wonders if all of that is even real sometimes, but
Neon, you're a dork. I'm gonna clip all this stuff just so I can try to get viral and famous off of your name real quick, calling you a dork because you're a dork, bro. I'll do a celebrity fight. I'll fight Jack, Neon, and
you need to
what?
become a celebrity first.
Fuck.
Maybe we can get Theo Vaughn to get you back on the podcast and get you
Theo, help me! I need to
another
do celebrity.
million views.
I need to do celebrity
I
boxing.
think you need at least 2 million views on a podcast to be noteworthy enough for a celebrity boxing match.
Anyway, Neon, Jack, you guys are dorks. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure there's more dorks out there. Anyway,
Bro, Neon, fuck.
he's a dork, bro. He's a whiny ass little. I mean,
I
like, look,
because I have TikTok and sometimes TikTok recommends like those videos and IG Reels also recommends those videos and every single video I see of Neon, it's him trying to be cool and then he gets pressed and made to look like a dork.
he is a dork.
There's a fucking video of him at like a convention where some guy took his glasses and shit, and Neon's like, "Come on, man, you gotta give me back my glasses. You got 30
Bro,
seconds to give me back my glasses." And the guy's like,
there,
"Okay," and he set a timer on his phone for 30 seconds. Like, what are you gonna do after the 30 seconds?
there's one dude. What's his name? Decane or something like that.
I don't know.
Hang on, let me show you. Because I watch Fools Gone Wild, right?
Mm.
and there's this like little like nerdy ass kid with like this weird ass little haircut. His name is like Decane or something.
Oh yeah, that kid. The fucking part Edgar haircut. Part
Yeah,
yeah, and then he got fucking pressed for his chain.
yeah, bro, you're a dork too.
He's got a fucking like 13 tattoo, and he doesn't know the significance of it. Like you got,
I got one on the back of my neck too.
bro.
You're a dork, bro.
Those guys are.
Dork.
That kid is just playing too much, man. It was like seeing that video of him like fucking trying to step up to a fucking dude who took his chain, and he like
Dork.
what's that one movie, Chicken Little,
Dork.
with that
That's
little
what you
kid.
look like. That's what you look like. El Pollo Loco. Little. Chicken Little, bro.
El Pollito. But yeah, he looked like that. It was just funny seeing him like with his little bird chest all squared up.
We should. Hey, you know what? We're gonna do a podcast and we're gonna put up the pictures of everyone and just like cool or dork. You're Decane, dork. Island Boys, dorks. Neon, dork. What's the other guy that we were calling him? Jack, dork.
Jack Doherty.
Jack,
Dorsey.
dork.
Dorsey. I don't know.
All right, what do we
Aiden
have?
Ross.
We have
Dork.
anything to watch?
Yes, we do.
All right, let's watch. More of these videos.
Oh, double direct interaction.
Oh! Why are you driving so fast?
He's crying.
Trey brought his mom's car out and got in trouble.
White kids using the N-word. Shameful. Dumb fucking
God.
fucking bitch ass kids, man.
What else we got?
Oh, parking lot. Ooh, bro, did you see that? He fucking punched out the window.
That's how you get glass in your hand.
Holy shit, dude!
Oh, they got the massage place. Okay. Oh
Yeah,
gosh, I'm sorry for doing the Asian voice. What else we got? House on fire? Wait, what's going on?
No. Shit, dude.
Wait. Did he get ejected onto the roof?
That's what I want to know. Oh.
Help him, help him, help him. Bro, I think he got ejected onto the roof, dog.
Maybe he got out and climbed onto it somehow.
Why would you climb it? How?
He's drunk. Why am I supposed to explain that logic?
No. This shit did not happen.
Hey, bro, we had a fantastic day. It's time to go now.
No, the mama and the babies were in there.
Oh God, I don't want to hear no more. Our producer's on it. Oh, what is this? Wait, why?
I don't
Wait,
know,
why?
but that was fucking awesome.
I swear I've seen La Parka do that in TJ before.
Bro, that needs to be a fucking Olympic sport.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Snap. Oh. Wait,
Damn.
wait, is this wait, are we actually seeing? Man, he hit the ugly branch. He from what he said, the ugly tree, every branch on the way.
Exactly.
God, Producer, one more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucked that whole thing up. 1, 2.
Whoa. There's like 4 points of impact
Hey,
on
hey,
that.
hey,
You know?
hey! It's the last one. When he hits it, you hear them go, fuck! Watch, listen,
Play it again,
listen,
producer.
listen.
Yeah. Easy much.
Fuck!
Fuck.
Fuck!
Fuck. Sounded like our boy Mikey Freedom.
Oh yeah, nah.
We've seen this one.
Yeah,
Have
nah.
we?
Oh yeah, nah.
I don't think I've seen this.
Yeah, we've seen this. Remember who was doing the whippets?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we just watched this one.
Listen, I have brain damage, okay?
Oh God!
Oh, it's a tank.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
No way! Fuck that tank! Fuck that tank!
How much do you think that tank cost?
Now nothing. Shit.
I mean, the cleanup's probably going to be a bill,
Our producer still throwing videos. What do we got going on?
I guess.
oh shit! Oh shit!
You ever have any incidences like that, Gus, on like extreme sporting stories or whatever? Like,
One time, actually, one time in Hawaii when I was living there with my aunt and uncle. We went to this place called Sandy Beach. I think it was called Sandy Beach, and they had really big waves. And fucking, there was these like pro boogie boarders out there. It was like the thing to do in the early '90s was boogie board.
I
My
boarded once.
So my
Sorry.
aunt got us some of these cool ass boogie boards, and like they were really nice, bro. But this, I guess, isn't my extreme sports story because these kids started teaching us how to go out further and ride the waves in. Bro, I got caught in a barrel. I thought I was gonna die. I got caught in a barrel and it just sucked me down into, I guess, the tide or whatever. But I remember they was just flipping me all around and I hit like some rocks and shit and I came up and I couldn't breathe and I was fucking swallowing water. I'm like, yep, I'll never surf. I'll never do any of this again. Like,
You gotta respect the ocean, bro.
bro, the ocean will kill you. And
Bro.
I'm one of those ones. I'm one of those ones who will be swimming along, and if seaweed touches my foot, oh God, oh
Yeah.
no. Plus, they
You
say that whales ejaculate 80,000 gallons of sperm,
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in that
but
water.
only 20,000 gallons of it gets into the other whale. So what happens to the other 60 gallons?
It goes where all the human feces goes.
That's awesome, and they wonder why the fucking ocean is salty.
I remember when I was 11 years old, skateboarding and rollerblading were my thing. And I remember
Wait,
one.
did you say rollerblading?
Yes, at the time. It was 1999. Okay?
Andrew was a fruit booter.
I was 11 years old.
Fruit
Gus.
boots.
Anyway, even if I was, so what?
Fruit
What's
boots.
wrong with that? Anyway,
Fruit
so I remember like my friends and I were going around, like we were trying to find places like to do stuff one day, and there was like this apartment complex about like 2 blocks from my house, right? And I remember like there was like a little like elevated walkway, and then like between like there was a driveway like separating 2 spots, right? And it must have been like at least 8 feet of space, enough for a car to drive in. I thought I could fucking clear that shit when I was 11 years old, and I only had like 20 feet of takeoff space, less than that. So I tried to skate, and I jumped, and I ended up only going like 4 feet. I lost my balance, fell forward a little bit on my rollerblades, and there was like a little fence, metal fencing area. And at the bottom of the fence, it was like a little fucking T shape, little sides. So I crashed into the fence, and the bottom of the fence came up, and it impaled me right in my right upper thigh.
Shit.
And it was like literally like 6 inches away from my dick, right? And I fucking remember it got stuck like like it got stuck in my thigh. I had to pull it. My friend had to pull it out. I remember like when to pull it out, fucking blood gushed everywhere and shit. I like saw some white stuff that I thought was my bone, and I just ended up having to fucking skate, like roller skate on one leg back to my house. My jeans were all torn up, and I had blood all over the right leg of my jeans. It was bad. It was bad. I learned a valuable lesson that day that I can't
Speaking
jump.
of speaking of your dick, what do you feel about this whole P Diddy situation?
Why
What
does
do
it involve my dick?
because, bro, you're from LA. Anyway,
He's from New York.
whatever. Anyway, LeBron was in his booty too. So anyway,
Um,
what's your take on all that P Diddy shit? Here's my take. I
you
can't
asked me
wait.
for my take. I think you give your take.
Well, no, my whole thing is I want people to start coming forward. I want
Go
to
ahead.
know. I want to hear the cheese, man. I want to hear the truth. You know, like what was on those videos because it's clear as day that Usher and Justin Bieber definitely were exposed to a lot of shit. You know,
Mhm.
and one of the biggest rumors is uh he made J Lo have sex with Justin Bieber, and I'm like, well, wait, how old was he? Was he like a minor? Like, I mean, he's only been like of age not too long, right?
Yeah, so it's weird because you mentioned that like right before we went on started recording, I was on TikTok and I was going through videos, and there's one video popped up, and it's about Ashton Kutcher and his connection to the whole Diddy thing, and it was talking about how him and Mila Kunis are excuse me, are having their falling out and all that shit. Um, didn't mean to laugh at the situation with Diddy. I was laughing at my Bert for full clarity. Um,
I'm laughing at Diddy.
so I guess there's like some shit going on, and I guess they separated, right? So I'm watching this TikTok video, and it said it's talking about this murder that Ashton Kutcher was apparently a witness to back in 2001, like right when that 70s show was starting to get big, and
Yeah,
right
yeah.
around the time he got Dude, Where's My Car? The story is like he was supposed to go on a date with this girl, but I guess like he ended up being late for it. Then he went to her place, and I guess the story he claimed was that he put his hand on the doorknob, and I guess he was freaking out because the prints were going to be on it. And he also said he saw wine on the floor, and then he thought he got stood up and he left. Turns out the woman he was supposed to go on a date with was murdered.
Jeez.
And I guess that night, he ended up calling Danny Masterson, and Danny Masterson's like publicist or whatever. And it became this huge thing. And I was watching this TikTok video that mentioned it, and said, they feel like there's something that they're hiding for Ashton Kutcher, and it could be related to the Diddy case. And like my whole thing is like I think this is going to get crazier because today, like about that lawsuit where it's like 120 some people came forward with accusations, and one of them was 9 years old. Like,
Wait, on Diddy?
yes, look it up, dude.
God damn.
So there's all this shit going on. It's like, and like we're seeing, like starting to see like what it is. Like we're starting to see like, okay, so that's why this person became a huge megastar, while these guys over here who are just as talented or more talented didn't get anywhere. Like,
And all of Diddy's ex partners are dead.
mm-hmm.
Damn.
Who is his ex-wife? Kim Porter, I think.
Yeah, she's dead too, isn't
And
she?
then she was supposedly writing a book about all of Diddy shit, and apparently she knew where all the videos that Diddy had secretly recorded were hidden and all that shit. It's crazy.
Oh my god! Wait. Oh, those videos are gonna get exposed, bro.
But what's crazy to me is the 1,000 bottles of baby oil and like 784 dildos found in Diddy's house. It's like, what
wait. They found dildos too.
supposedly 784 dildos.
84. There's like an exact number.
That's what I heard, but I don't know how true that is. It could be a meme.
What?
Dude, there's so many crazy stories going around about this shit, and it's probably going to get crazier before it gets resolved. Like,
Oh yeah, it's the one
Like Ben Affleck and J Lo, like them being on the rocks as well. You know,
I mean, like man, Leonardo DiCaprio was part of that whole like hanging out with them. Fucking Mark Wahlberg and shit. Like,
Mark
I,
Wahlberg is, it's interesting because like the common, sorry to cut you off, a common thread about like all these things is like a lot of these people are mixed up with Diddy, have like skeletons in their closet, and I guess like, I don't know if you know the story about like Mark Wahlberg before he became famous, like he got legit arrested for committing a hate crime on an Asian person, like legit fucking. He beat the shit out of some Vietnamese guy in his neighborhood and
wait
caused him to
before he did all the fucking Calvin Klein dropping his.
before all of that.
Oh,
He blinded an Asian dude in his right eye, and recently he was I guess there was a hearing like a few years ago where I guess he was trying to get it expunged from his record, but the family said no or whatever, the family of the victim and all that shit. But like, yeah, Mark Wahlberg did some shit, bro. He was because he was from Boston and he grew up in that time when it was like super fucking racist. Um, there's a lot of shit, so it's like I'm sure like there's gonna be a lot more coming out, and like to me, it's like I'm one of those people who's like I don't give a shit about Hollywood drama or anything like that.
this
But
one is definitely there.
this one is one of those things where it's like it could end up transcending, simple Hollywood drama bullshit, and it could get into a scenario where it's like, okay, well, this isn't just an industry.
Crumble a
Enter-
lot of careers,
it's
man.
not just an entertainment industry thing. There could be something going on deeper rooted, not just in entertainment, but like law enforcement, the courts, and government that's allowed all this shit to be going on for decades now and shit. Harvey Weinstein is an example of this shit, dude. And I
So
think
wait. Do you think the same thing might happen to Diddy, where he commits suicide?
no, you're thinking about Jeffrey Epstein. I'm talking about Harvey Weinstein, who's
Oh yeah, okay. Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, yeah.
Epstein was the guy who had the island. Weinstein was the movie guy who forced women to
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
do shit on him. And you know the story about Harvey Weinstein's gangrene junk?
No, skip that.
Yeah. So, long story short, apparently he doesn't have any, genitalia because he had gangrene and they had
He's
to
a
amputate.
eunuch. He's a eunuch.
I don't know. I don't know. I just heard. I heard like his balls were amputated, possibly. Something down there was amputated because he never took care of it, and he had so many STDs and shit. Listen,
Hey, Andrew, low key.
I
I just think like because I know people that are in the business. I've been around the business. I got a movie coming out soon. And it's just like it's crazy to see it's crazy to see how man, it's just crazy to see what people were willing to do for money or what money can do to people. Like once you are you that rich? You're just running out of shit to do to where you're throwing these like sex parties and recording like the other rich people. Like fuck, bro. Like I don't know, man. Like I don't know. Like I've always been told one thing, and I'm not gonna ever reveal a source or anything like that. But I swear on my kids that I've always been told one thing, and it's like, don't go to the parties. Straight up. And not just Diddy's parties. Any type of party. And I'm not gonna sit here and say like everyone's parties are that way. You just never fucking know who is at that party and what could attach that. Like me and you, Andrew, can have a party, and then we can invite all these wrestlers, right? And then we have people like a Joey Ryan in the crowd or like a Jake Atlas in the crowd, and that's not our fault. You know what I mean? It's not our fault. But then that shit gets attached to the name, and that gets attached to everybody that was there. It's like, oh shit, well, fucking Bones was there and Benny was. It's like you get what I'm saying. It's like I was just told, look, man, don't just don't go to the parties. If you don't need to go to the party, if the party's not for you, if you're not if you're not needed at the party, just don't go. Like you just never know what is attached to that. You just never know. So it's just something that's always been in my head, and it's something that I've always and I don't want to hear shit. but it's something that I've always respected, like, for Gino for. Because Gino don't hang out after fucking shows. He's never have, never will. I don't hang out after shows. I don't go to parties. I don't do none of that shit because you never know. You don't know what's attached to that shit. So it's just
I just
crazy.
hang out in the parking lots smoking weed, and that's it.
That's me and you,
That's
baby.
it. That's it.
And it's just like,
But it's sorry to cut you off. But speaking to your point about the parties, I've known people who've gone to those parties and stuff. And there's always like different levels of those parties and shit.
mhm.
It's like the parties you see, in front of everyone, and then there's the parties that go on behind closed doors and shit. Like I don't know anyone who's seen the behind closed doors parties, but they have been to them and they've heard about what's gone on and shit.
You ever see that movie Eyes Wide Shut
I know the premise of it,
with
but I
Tom
know
Cruise?
like a lot of ads based on dude. Hollywood in the entertainment industry tells on itself all the time.
And
All the,
they're not even telling on themselves. I think they're just blatantly
they're just
showing
saying,
us
this is what we're doing.
that's what we're doing.
Like get him to the Greek. That Jonah Hill movie with Russell Brand. There's been a lot of clips resurfacing from that, like showing Diddy's cameo,
Oh
like him
yeah, yeah,
chasing
yeah,
after
yeah,
him
yeah,
for
yeah,
leaving
yeah.
the parties and setting shit on fire. And then there's the story about Kid Cudi's car like being blown up by Diddy and all that. You don't know that?
I'll look into it later.
Yeah, Diddy like apparently blew up Kid Cudi's car back in 2011, and it's part of the entire case,
Jesus,
dude. It's fucking wild, bro.
this shit's
Dude,
about to really get wild.
like imagine if like all the biggest scandals in your high school came out times a million, you know?
What were
What
some of
was
the biggest? Wait. What were some of the scandals in high school for us? Marilyn Manson's rib getting removed.
how did little Bow Wow getting like supposedly like essayed by his limo driver and shit or a security guard? Maybe that was after your time.
That was that was
Because I remember that
two
was
generations
a
ago.
rumor that was coming around in like 2000,
Nah, bro,
2001.
I come from the Marilyn Manson rib removals.
How did that get big? Because that was pre-internet, dude.
Dog,
Like,
like it was just the same thing as like what? Okay, this was my time. Was when it was the New Kids on the Block when they said "Oh boy" had like threw up on the stage, and it's like, look, there's a bunch of people my age going, "Oh my god, is he really going to tell that rumor?" I'm like,
what
so
rumor?
there was a New Kids on the Block rumor that one of them had threw up on stage. It was because he was sucking so much dick, and that literally was one of the biggest rumors in my time.
Was
What
it
else?
as big as the Richard Gere one,
Richard Gere.
where apparently he liked to like suppose like?
This was a
Did you
school
ever?
rumor.
No, this was like an all-around rumor.
No, I'm talking about school rumors. Like
It
good
was in
school
school too, but like there was a Simpsons episode based on it, like
rumors. Oh no.
where apparently like. Oh, and do you remember the South Park episode with Lemmy Links?
No, bro, I stopped. How many times do we have to tell
Okay,
this fucking guy?
okay.
Don't
So
watch either one of them.
there's a story where Mr. Garrison's slave stuck a gerbil up his ass because they were trying to piss. Like it's a crazy story, but the plot is they were trying to lose their get fired from their jobs to prove people were homophobic by doing outlandish shit, but everyone kept tolerant. It's a weird episode. Anyway, apparently Richard Gere, like there was a rumor that he like to have gerbils like crawl into his asshole. And there was a Simpsons
Oh
episode.
yes, yes,
There was a Simpsons
yes,
episode where
yes,
they had
yes,
Troy
yes,
McClure.
yes.
They insinuated that Troy McClure had a fish fetish and all that. So I remember that was one that I totally remember being a huge thing. Yeah, but I also feel like going back a little bit to Diddy, like I feel like all that shit, all those rumors have been around for like fucking decades. Like people saying, yeah, Diddy's this and Diddy's that, and it's like people have probably been warning us and we never noticed. But anyway, Gus, what was the biggest scandal at your high school?
Scandal at my
Yeah,
school?
yeah,
Like that happened in my school?
yeah, or around it. You didn't
Mm,
have to like not when you were attending either, but like
um, one of the biggest things that happened in high school for us is when the teachers protested and they bounced, like the teachers left, and students were going to other schools and signing up as a substitute teacher. That was all. That was good.
There's a South Park episode like that.
There was a kid. There was a kid locally in San Diego. He actually went to, I don't know what school he was from, but he went to Kearney High. He went to K Hop. Everyone knows what K Hop means. He went to K Hop and he fucking just signed up. And I guess what was going on is what he explained was all the teachers that were there, or anybody that was at the school, just had their head down. So they were just like, what's your name? Andrew? Okay, Andrew Pesina. And what do you teach? Okay, here's your class. They weren't even really looking up at the people they said. And we're talking about like 1995, you know what I mean? But
Okay.
that was one of the big things because we didn't have teachers in our school. And check this shit out. We didn't have teachers in our schools for like 3 or 4 days. They were all at the Balboa Park, or they were all at Balboa Park doing their fucking protesting, leaving no union teachers in school, just leaving like coaches and like media teacher. Miss McCright was our, shout out Miss McCright, we love you. Miss McCright,
TAs and shit.
yeah, basically. So nobody was giving a fuck. But I'll tell you one thing though, the attendance level was much higher without teachers there. Like nobody ditched those days.
Yeah.
My best friend at the time, he had already dropped out of school and shit. He had a car, like his parents bought him a car at 15. Like anyway, he was the cool kid who got to drop out. This dude sat at my school for 3 days with me.
Oh shit.
He picked me up the second day and was like, yo, do you think I can go with you? I'm like, you goddamn right. So we went up there. He went to like every class with me. He was just hanging out and shit.
Damn.
And we were smoking weed through the hallways and shit. Nobody was like, the TAs nobody could say shit, bro. And then the teachers came back and we're just like, fuck.
Buzzkill.
But it was like, that was kind of cool. Like the biggest strike. We lost half our football team my sophomore year because a rival gang showed up and just started fucking chaos at our school.
Oh shit.
And I'm at least 50, 60 kids got expelled that day, and
Damn.
another 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 kids got in detention. We, like, a lot of us got in trouble and shit. Our fortunate for me, my coach caught us before we got to a certain fence. So if we would have made it to the fence, that would have led us out into the parking lot closest to the freeway, or not the freeway, but to like the bus stops and shit. So if we would have made it out that parking lot, we would have been able to come around and flank the people who showed up. And since our coach stopped us, we didn't get in that much trouble. We just got sent back to the fucking auditorium and like, yo, stay here, don't move.
Damn.
And there was a bad brawl, bro. I'm talking like, I think like about 40 people showed up, 50 people showed up, about 10 cars deep, and just literally just pulled up to our school and just didn't even start, they just started fighting. Like it was just, yeah. And when, like I said, we lost a lot of our football team. We lost a lot of like homies and shit. Yeah, it was bad. One of my homies took a fucking, remember the clubs?
Yes. The ones that lock on the wheels of the cars.
Okay, so if you know how you could take them apart, and there was like, so he took it apart and ran out.
And the jagged metal edge part.
The lock part with the lock, yeah, he ran out there and smacked some dude.
Damn.
And that dude ended up taking it from him and smacked him back, and he came back with a big ass fucking dent in his head and shit. And I was like, God damn, man.
Damn.
And
I remember when I was in freshman year of high school.
Look at my eye the whole time, dude. Something landed in my eye earlier.
It was required that all freshmen at my high school had to take like a semester of health and a semester of guidance, right?
Yeah. Mine too.
I always used to ditch that class because it was 6th period for me, guidance class, the second semester. One of the reasons why is because I didn't like the teacher, and he always seemed weird, right? And I remember the big urban legend about him. before I went to high school and was in middle school, it was like, oh yeah, you have to take health and guidance classes, blah blah blah. And the health teacher is his science teacher, dude, who smokes crack in this parking lot during lunch and shit. I was like, oh fuck. And I never saw him smoke crack, but I remember like 10 years later, I'm in jiu-jitsu class. I'm out of high school. I'm an adult. And there's these two guys who actually went to that high school, and they were taking the adult class because they were like, over 16, and in martial arts programs, adult classes are usually for people 15, 16 and up. And one of the kids was really good. He would always whip my ass, so it's justified. Anyway, like we were talking one day about Hoover and all that shit, and then like I asked him, "Hey, is that one teacher still there?" He's like, "Yeah." Did you guys ever hear the rumors that he used to smoke crack in his car and shit? Like, bro, the urban legend lived on, bro. We had a crack smoking guidance teacher and shit.
Hey, hey, hey! I got a story for you.
Okay. Hey,
I arrested my dean of students who fucking expelled me.
you arrested a guy?
Let's
Tell me
go.
this.
So check this
Mall
out.
cop story?
Nope, I'm working
Okay.
for the Chargers at the time,
Okay.
and I'm doing stadium
Qualcomm?
security. Yeah, no, yeah. Well, at the time it was Jack Murphy. Oh yeah, it was Qualcomm. Anyway, I'm doing security. I do on-field security, and all of us have been through all the training on how to do fucking arrest, because we have to arrest people if it's that bad. We have to do a citizen's arrest. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so a little rewind in high school, Mr. Brian Remillard,
Fuck you,
Dean,
Brian.
fuck you, Brian, dean of students of Sarah High, fought me one day in the locker room with his little short ass. Comes up to me and got in my face and was like, "You think you're fucking tough?" And because he was short man complex, bro. He's like, "Think you're fucking tough?" And this and that and the other, and pushed me, bro. So I pushed him back, and we got into a little like tussle and shit. And he put me against the fucking thing, and we got separated, and like nothing came about that. I didn't tell on him or nothing. I wasn't about to go. I'm like, this dude put his hands on me. I was like, nah. I'm gonna find this motherfucker later on in next week or something. I'm gonna beat his ass. So Mr. Remillard, he had it out for me. He was the one who conducted this whole fucking have my parents come to my school and sit with me on a fucking throughout all my classes one day.
Ooh.
Bro, I got
No.
I got a fucking referral in Mr. Williams' class because some dude threw fucking like a paper ball at me, and I wadded it back up and I threw it back at him. And Mr. Williams literally looked at me and goes, Are you serious right now? He's serious. He goes, "Can you just please go to the office?" So I go to the office, and Mr. Remillard's he's in there, and I walk up and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, and I handed him the fucking thing. He's like, "Are you fucking serious?" He's like, "Are you serious?" He's all, "Go back to class." He's all, "Go back to class." He goes, "I'll just deal with you later." So anyway, Mr. Remillard had it out for me. Again, shout out Brian Remillard. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Brian.
Fuck you, Brian. Here is the worst part about it. In middle school, I had a guidance counselor named Mr. Ed Dueñez. Shout out Dueñez. You were the fucking man, Ed.
Mr. Dueñez.
Mr. Dueñez. So here's what happens. Ed Dueñez ends up becoming my guidance counselor at another school. So he's now my guidance counselor at two schools. Shout out, Ed. You were the fucking man. You taught me a lot. He had a bunch of scars on his face, bro. I was like, man, what kind of shit you been in, dog? So anyway, fast forward now. Mr. Dueñez was one of my favorite guidance counselors of all times. Mr. Brian Remillard was the fucking piece of shit dean of students who had short man complex, who fucking fought me in a locker room and just hated me in my high school career. So now I'm at a fucking football game and I get a fucking call. "Hey, Gus, are you available to go up and see these two intoxicated males?" I'm like, "Let's go." So we get up there and my heart drops, bro. It's Mr. Dueñez. I was like, oh, man. Damn. He's standing there talking to another guy, and all of a sudden I hear, rah, 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 rah. And I look over, and it's Brian Remillard. And I'm like, oh, ho, 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 you got to be fucking kidding me, right? So I walked right up to him and I was like, so what's going on? They're like, oh, these guys, this one's cool, but this one, I was like, and I immediately knew where that was going. He was like, this one's cool, but this one, he just won't shut the fuck up. And they're really intoxicated. We have reports of them just falling all over the place and just being disrespectful. And I'm like, all right. Mr. Remillard is not paying attention to me at all. At all. Mr. Duenas looks over and just kind of like, I recognize this dude. I recognize this guy because I ain't seen them in about 5-6 years since high school. So I'm like, he's looking at me. He's like, mm. So I pulled Mr. Duenas to the side and I said, hey, I'm going to have to arrest your friend. He's like, okay. So I said, hey, can you take care of this man and just get him some water? I walked right up to this dude, turned him around and arrested him. I said, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say, and I just went through my whole speech, and I was like, you are being arrested for public intoxication. I walked him down. Now you had two choices at Qualcomm. Depending on where you're at, you could walk him straight to the to gate A, and then you could take him to the security office and handle all your paperwork, and you could just dump him right into the cop's hands, literally. Or
Take him into the tunes.
you take him downstairs to the cage
Mm-hmm.
because there was a fucking drunk tank down there. Now, the drunk tank, here's the problem with the drunk tank. Gate A was first, so anything that happened at Gate A got handled first. Everything that happened to the drunk tank, they just like it was in order. So I took his ass down to the drunk tank, told him, I said, this guy can be last. He's not good. Like whatever you guys do, he's last. And there's like, because I used to bring them pizza and hot dogs and shit from like Rubio. But anyway, yeah, I got to arrest the dean of students who fucking was a dick to me. Fuck you, Brian Remillard.
Fuck you, Brian.
Fuck you, Brian. Wait, I farted for you too right now.
Bitch.
Yeah, you got like that was probably one of the best. Just not revenge stories, but it was just like one of the best. Just like, man, fuck you, dude. Fuck you for ruin. Because I quit high school, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like after all my beef with him, and just how my dad kind of like, my dad explained some things to me about a man like him, and I'm like, honest to God, dude. He gave me some choices. My father was just like, look, man, you're not making it in school. You can't get along with nobody.
Yeah.
You're fighting in school with everyone. You're fighting the teacher. And so I was like, it's not my fault. It's your fault. But
I didn't do nothing wrong. I might have done it, but I didn't do nothing wrong. Yeah.
I mean, like Dave Chappelle, like, did he do it? And if he did, I mean, so
Can you blame him?
Can you blame him? But Mr. Remillard was definitely a part of me saying fuck high school, bro. Like straight up. Anyway.
I had a disdain for high school mostly because of principal or assistant principal or vice principal Kevin Welsh. Like he wasn't so much of a bad guy. He was just like he was basically like some average white dude, fucking balding Irish guy with like red hair. Looked like he could have been Bill Burr's dad or whatever, but he was like,
shout out Bill Burr.
He always had to stick up his ass. I remember he caught me ditching class once. Abo, who I mentioned in the last podcast, he was one of my regular ditch buddies in freshman year. And I remember one time we wanted to ditch third period. I hated third period because it was French class. I ditched that. That was like third class I ditched the most behind PE and fucking guidance and health. Anyway,
hey, wait, did you run the mile?
I'll talk about that in a second. so fucking I remember Avo and I were like, okay, where are we gonna go? Because like he had his car, but like he didn't have enough gas for us to go anywhere that day. So it was like we were just gonna chill, ditch third and fourth period, and then go do whatever like right after. Because like after lunch, it was so easy to ditch and just go out and do whatever, So I remember we're like, okay, let's go up to the football stadium and just hide out in like the little tunnels there. And at the football stadium, it's like it was weird because you had to go underneath it, underneath the bleachers, which are like these old wooden concrete bleachers, and like right between the walkways were the like locker rooms and shit, right? So like you go up there and like you go up into the next level and you go into the bleachers and there's little tunnels and the little tunnels go out into the pool area where it's a weird setup anyway. But they were locked and shit with gates and all that. So we were just like, all right, let's just chill here and sit here and all that. So we're chilling, sitting there for like 10 fucking minutes into third period that day, right? All of a sudden, we hear two voices talking. And Abba was like, oh shit, dude, oh shit. Should we fucking bail? I was like, nah, man, I think we're going to get caught. If we fucking try and bail, it's going to make it worse, right? He's like, nah, man, we got to fucking bail. We got to fucking bail. We're having this little discussion. And all of a sudden, next thing we know, we hear, yeah, and this is why we'll be installing the security cameras around this school. And we turn, it's fucking Principal Welsh with some guy who's from a fucking security company because they were planning on installing security cameras all around the school because of all the ditching that was going on. And then he was like, you two little motherfuckers, go to the fucking office right now, blah, blah, blah. And he was just a fucking dick to me, you know, because I ditched class. I was like, I don't understand what the big deal is, man. But I did run the mile every year in school from like fourth grade to like freshman year. But in freshman year, I had this PE teacher named Miss Menendez that I hated. I hated her so much, dude. She was such a fucking bitch, dude. At one point, I just got annoyed with her. I just decided to stop fucking like wearing fucking PE clothes, right? I just fucking showed up to PE class like with my fucking black hoodie and my blue jeans. And she would always be like, Pesina, where's your gym uniform? I was like, I didn't wear it today. Blah, blah, blah. She would always give me shit. And one day it was the week of the like presidential fitness test and shit, right? The week of the mile. I didn't really want to run the mile, dude. Especially because that morning I had gotten stoned, which was like usual preschool tradition from like 8th to like ending fucking my school career and shit. So I'm really high, and she's like, and she was like yelling at me. Said, if you don't run the mile, I'm going to have you fucking. I forgot if it was like ATS, alternative to suspension, or she was gonna do something. I just remember I didn't want to do it. So she's like, you're gonna either run the mile or I'm gonna make you do this. And like, you said I have to. No, she said you have to do the mile. It's like I have to do the mile. She said, you have to do the mile. So in freshman year, the first time ever, I just fucking walked the mile. It took me like 20 minutes to finish.
I'll never ask you about your schooling again.
Don't. Everything after after 8th grade is me ditching classes and being a pain in the ass to my teachers.
You didn't ditch like I ditched. I'll tell you
Bro,
that
I
right
ditched a lot.
motherfucker.
Listen, I can get some.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Did you ever get a report card that said no credit and no grade because you ditched so much you didn't even get a percent? You couldn't even get an F.
You want to know something, Gus?
Yeah.
I never admitted this before, but I'll admit it here. In freshman year, I only passed one class because I ditched so much.
But did you get grades?
No.
Andrew, I feel you're lying to me right
My
now.
parents, no,
I'm
and
gonna tell you right.
hold on. And my parents had to get called into class during sophomore year because they were being threatened with arrest because of my truancy.
Andrew, I literally
I'm
had
serious.
report cards that said no grade, no credit. Like I didn't even get a credit for being in the class because however many days were in a semester were the days that I was missing. They're like, oh, you have 30 days absence. Well, that was this entire semester.
Listen, health and guidance were the only ones where I only went to like less than 10 fucking classes, right? I will say I ditched a lot, but I'm not going to say I ditched. Like, let me ask you this, because if you had to base a percentage on the amount of classes you ditched and attended, what would it be? Like, I attended, like, yeah,
high
like,
school?
yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, so sophomore year, I can guarantee and honestly tell you, I attended school 20% of the time.
Okay.
And that was because of football. Once football was done, that was it.
Okay.
Freshman year, I was a solid. I was a solid 60 before Christmas break, and then once Christmas break hit, I was probably back down to 20, 30% of the time there. But my freshman year was probably the most. Before Christmas break, my freshman year is probably the most I spent in high school, and then after that, it was just downhill because even I used to ditch homeschool. Like, and I'm not saying that I had
Did you
homeschool.
have independent study
Where I had
where
a
you had to
PC.
report to someplace? Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
So I did independent studies and all that shit, and then
Independent study ruled because you could just get like credits for a class in
what
like
do they call it?
6 weeks.
Continuation.
Continuation.
Continuation. So I went to
What
continuation.
there was at least in my district, continuation was like the alternative high school, daily high
Mhm.
school, which is where all the thugs went, and then like
That's where I
independent
went.
study was the Verdugo Academy. But like
No, I went to continuation school with all the
for
homies.
for freshman year, I would say I ditched like at least in the like first semester up to part of the second semester before I got arrested for weed. At least 40% I was attending classes, and then sixth period was pretty much like 80% I would ditch. So that was pretty much it. But I wasn't a hardcore ditcher like you though.
Mr. I'm
I
not gonna
do.
say shout. I'm not gonna shout out Mr. Metcalf. Mr. Metcalf, you were a fucking nerd.
You fucking nerd.
So I used to sleep in his class because it was I forgot what period it was like maybe after lunch. It was the second class after lunch, and it was by then I was already like I'm fucking tired.
Sixth
So
period.
I was sleeping in his class, bro. And when we first came across Mr. Metcalf, he snatched a girl's purse from her,
Oh
and
shit.
that girl beat the shit out of him in front of us.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So she punched him and beat him up, broke his glasses, and we're just like, oh shit! Like we watched the whole thing. It was my class.
Did he bleed?
He was bleeding out of his like eye right here because she broke his glasses.
Hell yeah. What's
And
her name?
fucking for I was really trying to remember right now too because she was popular too.
Let's call her Becky. Shout out Becky.
Shout out Becky, belligerent Becky.
That's
uh,
why I said
um,
that.
so he gets beat up, and then from then on, he was just super timid around us. Like he was shaking, and
Damn.
so I used to just take advantage of that part. And because there was another kid, this was I don't know if I ever told you the story about a kid fucking who took the fart bomb or the little stink bomb.
No, tell it.
So we didn't like Mr. Metcalf, and so I used to fall asleep in his class all the time, and he used to stick the fucking like the worksheets underneath my arm, and I'd wake up and just throw them on the ground. So one day it was like super hot in the class, and all the other classes got to go out into the hallway because the AC was on. So all these other classes are just hanging out in the hallway talking. Everyone's like at our door, looking at the door because we were the last class before the doors. Like you know how like in the indoor class or
Yeah.
indoor building and shit, like you walk through a door and anyway. We were the last class before the door, so everyone's kind of migrating toward the door, like, "Hey, you guys coming out or what?" Mr. Metcalf was like, "You guys can't go out. It's not required that you guys go outside." So the SA dude behind me was like, "Hey, bro, move your foot." And I looked over. I said, "What?" He said, "Move your foot so you don't get splashed." I was like, "Oh shit!" This dude leans up his chair and takes a stink bomb and puts it right underneath the leg of the chair and like sticks his finger. He like leans up and just goes boop, and just dropped the chair, and you could just hear the crack. Bro, we vacated that motherfucker. I got up and I was like, nope, nip, nip, nip. Whole stink bomb, and it went through the whole building. Like it went through the whole thing. So like we not only did we evacuate to the hallway, but then we had to go from the hallway outside.
Oh man.
Fuck Mr. Metcalf though.
I remember I had a teacher like that in seventh grade, a history teacher named Mr. Rose. Who was the guy who's the coach? You saw that show Frasier, right?
Mm-mm.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to look this up. But anyway, like it's the first day of seventh grade, right? And this dude was a new teacher. Like he could tell he was young and he was like kind of intimidated because he didn't, he was nervous, right? So he started like trying to tell a joke. Like on the first day, hold on the first day of the school year, right? He's like, okay, hello, my name is Mr. Rose. That's Mr. Rose. Please call me Mr. Rose, not, hey, aren't you that guy from Frasier? Because like he had a striking resemblance to David Hyde Pierce. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I do.
he looked a lot like him, right?
Fraser's brother.
Yeah. So he looked a lot like him, but no one in the class got it. Like he tried to tell a joke, like, not that guy. Hey, aren't you the guy from Frasier? He laughed to himself. No one fucking laughed in the class. It was just like dead silent. Like, and right after he was like, he went, his smirk went like this to like this, and he was just a
Who's your
fucking.
teacher?
He was my seventh grade history teacher. He was a miserable prick to everyone for the rest of the year because of that. Just because he bombed on the first day.
The only Hollywood style teacher that was ever in my life was actually had nothing to do with me or my school. It was my best friend, Young Dave. Young Dave went to Point Loma High, and his drama teacher was the fucking lady from the original Total Recall, where when Arnold Schwarzenegger takes off the mask and it's like 2 weeks. Remember that part? The lady that played that is a drama teacher
Oh shit!
at Point Loma. Yeah.
I gotta
So
rewatch that movie.
so when he's telling me one day, he goes, "Hey, that's my teacher." I'm like, "In Total Recall?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh shit."
Damn.
Andrew,
Yeah.
we're coming to the 2-hour mark of everyone hating us.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Any more videos to watch before we close this out?
We can watch a couple more. Shout out to Robert. Hope I didn't ruffle your feathers or anything. Hope we didn't. Just take that shit in stride, brother. Like, don't fucking let something like commentary and I'll even say this, like, don't let something like Haas's, post make, like, just don't let that shit get to you. And I like both of you guys, and I'm not gonna say either one of you were the wrong or Haas should have did that. Everyone's got an opinion right now, and everyone's gonna use social media and any type of platform to give their opinion. It's going to happen all the time. Robert, keep doing your thing. Shout out to Rival Pro. You're doing big things. And
you know what's funny about that whole situation? Sorry to cut you off. I just remembered this. There was some
You
dude.
always
I'm
do.
not gonna name him because I guess he's not in wrestling anymore. But he was talking all this shit like, "Oh, this is what happens when you have random people off the street getting into wrestling." Blah 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 blah. And he was trying to act like him leaving wrestling was the reason why there's been a decline. But it's also like that dude's work was never really good. He was always kind of annoying. So I always find it funny when people in
text
the
me.
business.
I want to know. I want to know who you're talking about.
I'll try and remember, but people in the
You
business, trying to act like they're better than people just because they're in the business when really a lot of them just aren't that good. It's just crazy, man. But again, sometimes like I'll say this about Haas. I thought he was just calling it like he saw it. He's not a guy that that goes around talking shit. Unless it's warranted.
That was another thing, because like he doesn't do that type of shit. I'm like,
I
damn, was
think
it that bad?
if anything, I hope Robert takes this as a learning lesson.
Hey, that's all you can do.
Because we need a promotion like Rival Pro to succeed just as much as I need my shit to succeed, as much as we need Santino Bros to succeed. We just need good local wrestling to succeed here. Anyway, let's watch some videos before we go.
Anyway, shout out to everyone that we upset. Oh, pro tip of the day, and I posted this the other day. Pro tip of the day: do not listen to my opinions. They're my opinions. God damn it!
Another pro tip: fuck you, Sonya. You fucking bitch.
We have a delivery video. Wait. What just flew? Wait.
Producer, go back.
What the hell is this? Is that a squirrel?
Looks like it. Yeah, it is a squirrel.
Shut the fuck up. A squirrel was. Oh, it is a squirrel.
Oh shit.
Oh, I see it moving.
Bro, he bounced off the wall and jumped inside. Legit
The
squirrel.
pizza man's like, "What the fuck is your problem?" Look at the pizza man's like, "What?" Oh, the pizza man didn't even see it. Oh, she slams the door. Like
She
what?
locked the door. She locked the door. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, you know when
This poor guy is like, am I getting pranked? Is this bitch crazy?
you know like when there's videos of dogs like being surprised and just like
Oh,
right
he was
after he's just like that.
what the fuck,
Fuck.
bro? Whoa, wait, what happened? Did he hit something?
Damn, dude. Did you see that one thing flying in the air?
Bro, what happened?
Fuck. Did his tire fall out?
No,
Holy
what's this
shit.
right here? Oh my god,
Holy shit.
bro, the car just threw up everywhere.
Bro,
Guys,
maybe the gas tank exploded or something.
no, I think it would have been more impactful than that.
Mm.
Anyway, this is me and Andrew's October 1st edition of We're Bored, and we're gonna give you guys something to fucking talk about. Yay, us. Hey, you said that Angels in the Outfield sucked. You're an asshole.
It's the worst movie of all time, dude. Come
How
on.
is that the worst movie of all time?
Bro, like, okay, maybe not so much the worst movie of all time, but you have to admit it's the most fucked up movie premise of all time. Dude, this kid is an orphan and he only sees his dad when his dad wants to come around like once in a while and feels obligated. And like, even though his kid's in a fucking orphanage, and then the kid goes, "Hey, will we ever be a family again?" And the dad's like, "Yeah, when the Angels win the pennant." And then the Angels win the pennant and the dad welches on the bet. So then the fucking manager ends up adopting him, and he sees that his little kid, friend, he's all depressed because he wasn't going to get adopted. He's like, shit, I might as well just adopt you too. Fuck it. I'm a MLB manager. I'm making the money to raise 2 kids and shit. Like, it's such a fucked up movie premise, and it's so
And that's how
terrible.
we're gonna end it, y'all. Andrew's bitterness.
Christopher
Of course,
Lloyd's great though.
shout out Christopher Lloyd, bro. He was the best in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Never seen it.
I hate you. I really do.